3 golden rules for the vegetable garden. These are my grandmother's rules. She is the queen of harvests on her plot. The first rule is planting garlic between strawberry plants. This makes use of the empty space between the bushes, and garlic has an extra benefit. It protects strawberries from fungal diseases. The second rule is planting basil and dill near cucumbers. This method maximizes space between plants, especially since cucumbers require wide row spacing. Additionally, basil helps protect cucumbers from powdery mildew. The third golden rule is planting marigolds. The best place for them is between garden beds. They work well with carrots, beets, and parsley. The strong scent of marigolds repels underground pests. Planting is a process that requires thought and care. When done right, it leads to the best harvests. Every beginner gardener should know these 3 simple yet effective rules. Without this fertilizer, don't sow vegetables. Urgently provide it to the plants. You'll make it from just 2 ingredients, and it will brilliantly nourish the seedlings. Thanks to it, they root faster. They grow stronger and healthier. It's a completely natural organic supplement for seedlings. You can use it for tomato, cucumber, pepper, asparagus bean, and other vegetables. The first ingredient is milk. For the fertilizer, you need 200 milliliters of milk, preferably fresh. Pour it into a container. Milk contains nutrients that are good for plants: protein, magnesium, potassium, calcium, B vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, and vitamin E. Add a teaspoon of baking soda to it. It has a preventive effect against root diseases. Above all, it protects the seedling roots from fungi. This way, it strengthens the root system. Then, take a plastic syringe without a needle. Draw up the fertilizer. Such a prepared supplement is also suitable for one-time foliar feeding of tomato, cucumber, and pepper seedlings. Before planting them in the ground, add literally a few milliliters to the seedling that has already produced leaves. 5 milliliters of fertilizer is enough for each seedling. 2 or 3 times a month. Lactic acid bacteria also have a positive effect on plants, so milk is not only food, but also serves a protective function. It strengthens immunity and prevents the development of diseases that cause seedlings to wither and die. Thus nourished seedlings will grow stronger. Use this fertilizer throughout the germination and rooting period of the plant. Thanks to it, this year's yields will be healthier and stronger. If you have snails in your garden, you can get rid of them. Spray this all over the garden, and the snails will disappear. This natural mixture will repel these pests. Additionally, it eliminates aphids, caterpillars, and deters ants. If you have a garden, you are surely familiar with these pests. Snails can destroy crops, as they enjoy cultivated vegetables and fruits. You probably know that you can protect your crops with methods like using ash. Sprinkling ash around plants creates a barrier that stops snails. Another method is using eggshells. A sufficient layer of eggshells spread in the garden will also deter these pests, though you need a lot of them. Remember that coffee grounds can also be used in the garden like ash and eggshells. But today, I will show you a mixture made from them. Add 1 tablespoon of ground coffee or coffee grounds to 300 milliliters of warm water. Caffeine repels snails and other pests. Next, add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Garlic is rich in sulfur and allicin, which snails and many other pests dislike. Finally, add 1 tablespoon of mint, either fresh or dried. The essential oils in mint are excellent for repelling ants and snails. Mix everything and leave it for a few hours. Then strain it through gauze or a coffee filter. Dilute with about 3 liters of water. Use this mixture to spray the borders of the garden, paths, plants, and vegetables. Use it regularly, and you'll see that snails won't be as eager to visit your garden. And this method works well when you have limited space in the garden, but still want to grow beautiful carrots without thinning. Let me show you how to prepare these containers for planting. Peel off the seal of each container, but don't throw them away. Pour some water into the bottom. You can do this indoors under the tap. After a while, they'll soften. Then you can make a hole in each compartment of the container. Once they dry, they're ready to use. While the containers will soften in moist soil, this method is good to start with. The seals will serve as bases. Fill the containers with soil. Take carrot seeds. The best ones to use are pelleted seeds. They're larger and easier to handle. I happen to have regular ones. You can also use this method for parsley or radish seeds. Place one seed in each compartment. Press them into the soil. Sow carrots into all the containers this way. Take the prepared containers to the field. If you have raised beds, this method works perfectly. Just line up the containers next to each other. I have 10 of them, so I'll arrange them in 2 rows of 5. Cover with a layer of soil and firm it down. You can also lay out the containers in rows and plant onions between them. This will ensure exceptionally successful yields. Trim the roots of your potted plant, and it will get a new lease on life. This method can save many plants. When roots become overgrown, the plant starts to grow weakly. Its leaves turn yellow, and you can't figure out what's wrong. You may try boosting it with nutrients, but that doesn't always work. That's when it's worth considering root pruning. This procedure is best done during the plant's dormant period. Simply take a clean, disinfected knife and cut off the bottom half of the roots. If the plant has woody roots, leave those alone and only trim the soft ones. What does this achieve? A plant grows properly when it has many root hairs, which only appear on new roots. When a plant has a lot of old roots and lacks space, it starts to suffocate despite watering and fertilizing. After trimming the roots, you don't need to remove any soil. Just replant the plant in the same pot with fresh soil. This is an excellent way to rejuvenate the plant without moving to a larger pot. A few drops will make strong and healthy seedlings grow from the seeds. This green rooting hormone will even stimulate old seeds to sprout. The plants will grow strong and healthy. All you need is to provide the seeds with one natural substance. You can prepare it yourself at home. You need aloe for it. It's an exceptional plant. Its leaf juice has antibacterial and antifungal properties. Thanks to this, the seeds germinate better. Take a smaller aloe leaf, cut it into smaller pieces. Aloe contains plenty of vitamins and micro and macro elements. They have a positive effect even on old seeds. Transfer the chopped leaf to a small blender. Pour about 1 glass of water. Turn on the blender and blend the aloe. In combination with water, it will be perfect for the seeds. Prepare a container with a capacity of about 1 glass and a strainer. Drain the water from the aloe. This way, you will get a fertilizer that contains valuable substances. Prepare a container with a lid. Line it with a paper towel. Moisten the towel with the green rooting hormone using a spoon. Sprinkle the seeds. I'm sowing tomatoes right now, but it can be any seeds. Close the container, and it's ready. Put it in a warm and sunny place. Regularly moisten the towel. After a few days, the seeds will start to sprout. You can also see how cabbage vegetables germinate. They are already perfect for pricking out. If you know how to stimulate seeds and how, you will have strong and healthy seedlings.